Good morning, students. Welcome to KK Reddy High School online classes. I am Anita ma'am. I teach you social subject. Okay, students. First of all, open your textbook, material, and also notebook. In previous class, rains and rivers lesson, part 1, we discussed. Today also, in this part 1 only, remaining part, today our topic is water cycle and winds and clouds, rainfall in Telangana, how to make rain gauge. These all I am going to discuss. Okay, students, open your textbook and page number, see page number 9. Let us start now. Some important terms. See page number 9 and blue color paragraph. Some important terms. First point, evaporation. Change of water into vapors is known as evaporation. The process in which water vapor changing into water is called condensation. Clouds are tiny droplets of water hanging in the air above. Once again, you see and listen carefully. First term, evaporation. Change of water into vapors is known as evaporation. The process in which water vapor changes into water is called condensation. Clouds are tiny droplets of water hanging in the air above. Yes, we discussed in previous class about evaporation and also condensation. See second term, water cycle. The process of water evaporating from the seas, forming clouds in the sky, coming down as rain, flowing down the slopes on land in the form of rivers, and finally joining the sea is called the water cycle. Once again, the process of water evaporating from the seas, forming clouds in the sky, coming down as rain, flowing down the slopes on land in the form of rivers, and finally joining the sea is called the water cycle. Third term, precipitation. Different forms of condensation of water vapor is known as precipitation. This may take place in the form of dew, fog, rain, snow or hail. Once again, precipitation. Different forms of condensation of water vapors is known as precipitation. This may take place in the form of dew, fog, rain, snow or hail. Next, fourth term, humidity. The amount of invisible water vapors present in the atmosphere is known as humidity. Winds and clouds. Since evaporation takes place all over the Earth's surface, clouds are also being formed all over. However, it is on the surface of the oceans that maximum evaporation and cloud formation takes place. After all, oceans are vast water bodies extending up to thousands of kilometers. As a result, It also rains very heavily on the oceans. Clouds also travel inland for thousands of kilometers to bring rain to us. Do you know what brings them deep inland? See students, evaporation takes place all over the Earth's surface. Not only underground the earth, not only oceans, not only rivers, not only tanks and ponds and also lakes, and not only from our bodies, not only from trees. See, evaporation takes place all over the earth surface, all over the surface of the earth. And at the same time, as the same, clouds also formed all over, and mostly we take now oceans. See, oceans are very vast water bodies. It means its ocean's length is thousands of kilometers. Ocean's length is thousands of kilometers. So, evaporation also more on the oceans, and at the same time, rains also very heavily on the oceans only. Evaporation also more on the oceans, and more rainfalls also on the oceans only. And also clouds travel one place to other place thousands of kilometers. Clouds travel thousands of kilometers, and it brings rain to the inland areas. For example, our Telangana is inland only. Why? Because Telangana area there is no coastal area. It doesn't have any coastal area. So, clouds travel for thousands of kilometers to bring inland areas also rainfalls. But we do not have any coastal area. In our Telangana area doesn't have any coastal area. Also, we are getting heavy rainfalls in sometimes. Okay, now students. Okay students, now I ask you a question. Everyone should write in your notebook. From which direction does the wind blow during the rainy season? Once again, listen carefully. From which direction does the wind blow during the rainy season? Okay. Next paragraph. These winds come all the way from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, and they transport the rain clouds. They are called monsoon winds. They are also called southwest monsoon winds as they blow from that direction. These winds blow only in the summer. There are two arms of the monsoon winds. One blows from the Arabian Sea and the other from the Bay of Bengal. The arrows in map 1 shows the direction of winds. The direction of winds. Here is a monsoon winds in India. Here is a map. In this map, we can see clear idea monsoon winds in India. You see students, actually this monsoon winds we get from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. See here in this map, right side of the peninsular Bay of Bengal, left side of the peninsular the Arabian Sea. They transport the rainy clouds. These two areas transport the rain rain clouds. These winds are only called monsoon winds, and these winds are only called southwest monsoon winds also. They blow from exact that direction, and but these winds blow through around the 365 days? No, only these winds blow only in the summer season, not all seasons. Only these winds blow only summer season. Actually, there are two arms of the monsoon winds. One side from the Arabian Sea, the other side Bay of Bengal. In this map clearly we can identify each arrow marks with the help of arrow marks from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. How do the winds blow? On which states these winds blow, clearly we can identify. In which area is getting heavy rainfalls, which area is not getting these winds. Okay students, next here few questions I ask. You write in your notebook, get answers with the help of this textbook and write down. Towards which parts of the country would the winds take the cloud from the Bay of Bengal? Towards which parts of the country would the winds take the clouds from the Bay of Bengal? Second question. Towards which parts of the country would the winds take the clouds from the Arabian Sea? Once again listen question. Towards which parts of the country would the winds take the clouds from the Arabian Sea? Next question. From which direction would the winds blow to bring monsoon rains to West Bengal, Lucknow and Delhi? Once again, from which direction would the winds blow to bring monsoon rains to West Bengal, Lucknow and Delhi? Fourth question. From which direction would the winds blow to bring monsoon rains to Mumbai, Hyderabad and Bangalore? Once again, from which direction would the winds blow to bring monsoon rains to Mumbai, Hyderabad and Bangalore? Above questions, which questions I asked? You see page number 11. These questions you search in material also. You can get questions and also answers. Then you write in your notebook and read it. Next, rainfall in Telangana. Here also few questions are there. In which months does it rain the most in your place? List the 3 rainiest months. Once again, in which months does it rain the most in your place? List the 3 rainiest months. In which 3 months we get rains? The 3 months you write as answer. Next question. Name the 3 driest months. Name the 3 driest months. Do you have normal rainfall every year or does it vary every year? Once again, do you have normal rainfall every year or does it vary every year? Next question. Have you ever experienced drought? Have you ever experienced drought? Okay, next, last question. Have you ever experienced floods? Once again, have you ever experienced floods? Next paragraph we see. In Telangana state, the temperature rises higher every day between March and June. When the southwest monsoon sets around the beginning of June, the winds carrying the clouds reach Telangana. The immediate effect of the rains in that three is suddenly a big differences of temperature after a week's rain. See map 1. The southwest monsoons bring normal rains to Telangana. The north and eastern parts of Telangana receives heavy rainfall. Large areas in the Telangana plateau receive low rainfall. Mahabubnagar and Jogulamba districts receive very little rainfall in Telangana state. See map 2. In our Telangana state, almost 4 months in summer season, 4 months. It means from March to starts. March, April, May and also June starting we get unbearable heat. High temperature we get. But when we get this southwest monsoon winds, then automatically it comes changes in the weather. Somewhat cool winds we get in this June month. Automatically from June to we get little rainfall also. And in our Telangana only in some areas, especially northeast areas are getting heavy rainfalls, and southwest areas, especially Mahabubnagar, Jogulamba, Vanaparthi and Nagar Karnool districts are getting very little rainfall. But this year these districts also received heavy rainfalls from 2 months, August and September months. These Mahabubnagar, Jogulamba and also Vanaparthi, Nagar Karnool districts received heavy rainfall. The mountain ranges like the Western Ghats come in the path of rain bearing winds and cause them to rise. Rising air cools down and the water vapor condenses faster, which leads to rainfall. This type of rainfall is common in the mountainous regions. From May to October, cyclones from in the Bay of Bengal. These cyclones may or may not bring rain to our region. It depends upon the intensity of the cyclone in the Bay of Bengal and the direction of the cyclone after crossing the coast. Sometimes monsoons and cyclones bring together widespread rainfall in this region and cause damage to the crops also. The direction of the winds reverses after October as the winds begin to blow from the Bay of Bengal towards the southwest. This causes very little rains in October and November in Telangana region. This is called northeast monsoons or the retreating monsoons. Mountainous areas are getting common rainfall because of which air rising through these mountainous areas automatically condensed are also very faster, as much as leads to the rainfall. Next, from May month to October months. From May month to October, so between these 2 months, cyclones from in the Bay of Bengal. Actually, these cyclones affected areas, coastal areas, mainly coastal areas. Sometimes it may bring rain, may not bring rainfalls, but especially winds reverses. Sometimes the direction of the winds reverses after October month. October, November, December months, sometimes these winds reverses. Then we get very little rainfalls. These winds are called northeast monsoon winds and retreating monsoons also. Actually, here is a table. This table. In this table, we can observe 10 years rainfall in Sircilla town. 10 years rainfall in Sircilla town. Below the table, few questions they asked. Every student observe the table and answer the questions. See, from 1996 to 2005, this 10 years rainfall, minimum rainfall and maximum rainfall, they gave clearly. You observe once, otherwise twice, then answer the below questions. Questions I read once. What is the average rainfall of Sircilla town? What is the average rainfall of Sircilla town? Second question. Observe the above data. In which year did Sircilla receive the highest and the lowest rainfall? Observe the above data. In which year did Sircilla receive the highest and the lowest rainfall? Next, third question. During which 2 years did it get high rainfall? During which 2 years did it get high rainfall? Okay, students, observe the table and answer the below questions. Next, observe the map, page number 12. Distribution of annual rainfall in Telangana state. Here clearly with the help of colors, this map shows how many centimeters rainfall in which area received. Look at the map given above showing rainfall received in different parts of Telangana. See few questions here. You observe the map and answer these questions. First question. Does your district receive heavy, moderate or low rainfall? Second question. Which town has the least highest rainfall? Nalgonda, Jogulamba, Komrambim, Yadadri, Hyderabad. In which town has the least highest rainfall? Okay, third question. Make some more questions and ask each other. Look at the physical map of India in your atlas and identify Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. Fill in the blanks in the following sentences. Western Ghats are spread across the following states. Western Ghats are spread across the following states. Eastern Ghats are spread across the following states. Eastern Ghats are spread across the following states. In which region do Western and Eastern Ghats intersect? In which region do Western and Eastern Ghats intersect? Okay, students. First, create rough outline map outlines map of India in a notebook. Then draw Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. After that, roughly mark the areas of Telangana. Finally, label them with the months in which it rains. Okay, students. Now, rain gauge. An instrument by which the rainfall is measured is known as rain gauge. The amount of rainfall for a unit area is measured in centimeters. How do we measure the amount of rainfall? How do we find out if Nizamabad has more rain or Rangareddy? See, make your own rain gauge. First picture, you see page number 13 here. Here are 4 pictures are there. First picture, collect the above items to make a rain gauge. Do you know how to make rain gauge? See, collect one plastic water bottle. Cut the top of the bottle like this. This ensures the top of the bottle and bottom of the bottle has the same circumference. Next, third picture. Turn the top of the bottle upside down like this and fix it to the bottle. Next, fourth picture. Fill the bottle with sand and water till the spot where you can mark 0. Yes, with the help of scale you make measurements also you take, then automatically you get how much centimeters of rainfall, how many centimeters of rainfall do we get. See, now ensure that you keep this bottle in an open place on your daba. When we get rain next day, you see how many centimeters of rainfall we will get. After 1 week you keep, when it is raining, weekly rainfall we see. Okay na students? First of all, everyone make rain gauge, then you take measurements of rainfall. Okay students, thank you. We meet next topic, part 2.